Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Hope everyone had a good week of trading. Personally for me, I traded up to Wednesday. Um, yeah, and pretty much had this one move, which I'm going to go over now. Okay, now the reason for doing this breakdown is essentially to understand the higher time frame narrative and to look at the importance of understanding the higher time frame narrative. Okay, so yeah, I'll just get started. So looking at it from a daily standpoint, okay, price has clearly been making low lows and low highs, right? Low low there, low high here, another low low. Okay, now we are reacting to a weekly demand zone, right? To the left, you can check that out for yourself, right? Now, essentially what we did is we swept the highs and we broke structure, creating this low, right? What we expected now, from an expectation order flow standpoint, we're expecting a lower high followed by a lower low, right? And if I just replay price to sort of start the week, so 28th. Now this is where we are. This is where we were, right? And price is failing to break above this little supply zone here, right? Could price go from here? 100%. Why? Because price can do what it wants. Okay, but from an expectation or order flow standpoint and from a logical standpoint, right? Let's say we're making lower lows and lower highs. Okay, and we're working within this range, right? Ideally, what we want to see is a pullback into premium. Okay, we want to see a pullback into premium. So when we're selling, ideally what we want to do is sell within a premium. Okay, when we're selling, we ideally want to be selling within a premium, right? I can't remember if I just repeated myself, but anyway. And if you're buying, what we want to do is buy within a discount. Okay, just basics, right? We can't forget those basics though. Okay, we can't get caught up in the lower time frames and forget these basics. And in this instance, if I just draw the discount and premium tool, price is still not within a premium. Okay, and we've got these nice little POIs in here whereby we could see this action, right? So it's important to understand the higher time frame leg that we're on, and right now we're in that pullback phase. Okay, and we've not quite got to that premium yet, right? So technically there is still room to the upside. Okay, so understanding that, just understanding that in itself and what leg we're on the higher time frame will help you navigate on the lower time frame. So jumping down to the 15-minute, right? We understand on a higher time, from a higher time frame standpoint, we're in a pullback phase, and we expect to see that pullback into premium, right? Now, what we also need to understand is for that higher time frame to pull back, we need the lower time frames to shift first, right? And if you look here on the 15-minute, we can see 15-minute breaking structure. So we've got these two breaks of structure to the upside, really giving us good confidence to start looking for buys now. Okay, so this is pretty much what I had. I had this low, just took out this high, creating this high. Okay, so basically working within this range, right? And these are some of the POIs that I had, right? Now when you're picking out POIs, don't just pick out any old POI, right? Understand what that POI did, right? But in this, for example, here, this is the extreme of that whole move. Okay, now there are better POIs in here. Okay, and one of them being this, right, which is where price eventually went from. Okay, now without going into too much nitty gritty, one of the basic things that we need to see is it in discount premium? Okay, so if I just draw price, the discount premium, high to the low, we can clearly see that this POI is within a discount. And like I mentioned before, when we're looking to buy, we want to ideally be buying in a discount, right? Now, for all I know, we could go from here, 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 right? We need to build confidences for these POIs, like I said, right, when picking those POIs. But we're not trying to guess where price is going to go from. Hence why, at this point, it's so important just to wait patiently for price to get into those zones and then see the reaction, study the reaction. Okay, we're essentially playing that reaction. Okay, we're not trying to guess which POI is going to go from here. Okay, now another thing that I noticed is we're building nice liquidity into this POI. Okay, which is a great confluence to have. Okay, liquidity, remember, is a confluence, and it is a very good confluence to have. So jumping down to the 1 minute, it's now just understanding that reaction and seeing if your entry model is presenting itself. Okay, now this is where it's so important to have a systematic, like mechanical entry model, right? So in this instance, we take out liquidity into my POI. Okay, great to see. We had a nice reaction. We've created a change of character as well, right? Now in this instance, what we've also got here is cause for higher prices, okay, which again builds in perfectly with the story that we're building, right? Now if I just zoom in here, right, there's two POIs essentially that price could have went from. Okay, there's two POIs that we could have went from. Could have went from here, could have went from here, right? In this instance, what you could do is play the 50%. So what I mean by that is you can half your risk here, and take the trade in that way. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, for me personally, what I've seen was once price got into this zone, right, I simply went out to the 5 seconds and just reconfirmed using literally the exact same entry model, right? The entry model doesn't change based on time frames. Okay, the entry model is a mechanical system, right? Again, clear liquidity into the zone and then off we go, right? So yeah, I need to plug this in, but anyway, so that's pretty much what I had. I just wanted to go over that purely because to understand how important it is to sort of know where the higher time frame is and what leg we're on with regards to the higher time frame. Okay, fair play. We're taking these entries on the 1 minute, the seconds, whatever. Okay, but it's derived. The story is derived from the higher time frame. Okay, understanding that the daily is in a pullback phase. Okay, and understanding for the daily to pull back into the premium, the lower time frames needs to shift first. And it's in this instance we've seen that the 15-minute time frame, right? The 15-minute time frame shifted, shifted bullish, right? Giving us good confluences and confidence in order to take these buys. So as usual, guys, whether you're right, whether you're wrong, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's about learning, right? And this is how we learn. So at the end of the trading session, I think at the end of the day, provided this markup on my thought process, how I got in, where I took my partials, what I was essentially targeting, targeting the weak highs, pro trend trade, targeting those weak highs. Okay, but this is how we learn, doing your markups, doing your end of session markups, right? Reviewing your week, right? We just kind of got into quarter two now. Okay, so make sure you go and review your quarter one. Okay, what are the lessons you can take forward? What are the tweaks you can make going forward? Okay, so guys, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next week. As usual, if you've got any questions, just let me know. Just get me on Telegram, and I will get back to you guys. And if you do like the content on this channel, give it a like, give it a share, and if you've not already done so, subscribe to this channel.